Hello, good morning. How are you doing today? All right, so this morning I'm just on here, just doing a lot of reflection during my quiet time in the morning and during my workouts. And I think the things that move me a lot, or the things I talk about a lot, have to do with goals, dreams, and purpose. And I get questions a lot like, what is this about? Why? Why all this? And why all this like goals, whatever motivational things? And so I just wanted to give context a little bit to where I'm coming from with this. You see, I lived most of my life knowing what I want to do with my life in my heart. I knew what would make, like, where you what would make sense or what would make you happy, and I knew what I was excited about and the like, but I just thought that is something that everybody has, but we keep on the side. And then there is real life. So for me, I always separated the two: dreams, goals, things, ambitions, those crazy, ridiculous, they don't make sense ambitions against real life. So my real life for me was getting my degree, getting my education, working hard in a job I'm okay with. Not really like, yay, I love this job, but just like, it's a job. It's not supposed to be something that you enjoy. That's how I thought. And then the things I enjoyed, I didn't really explore much because I put them like on a side. There weren't things that I should really put too much energy in, because this is real life. So real life means you do real things that matter. So coming from that point of view and coming to this place where I'm at right now, to understand that actually the dreams, the things that excite you, your curiosities, are not just random. They're not just like, oh, you came into life to do life as an average person and to have these secret dreams and ambitions. If you have time, you can make a side hustle or pursue them on the side or whatever it is, but your real life has to be a real job, your education, whatever. I didn't understand that that's not really true. You see, what I have come to realize is most people don't love their lives, don't enjoy their lives. Maybe life is okay, but it's not like you'll be like, whoa, this was an amazing life that I lived. Most people are just average, are just okay, you know? And most of the time we don't want to dream because dreams don't make sense. Dreams don't pay bills. Dreams don't give you the money or take care of your kids or take care of your parents. So we just do what makes sense. And what makes sense is you get a job, you then find sometime to do what you love on the side. And if you, that's, for me, that was not good enough. That's not a life I felt like that's all I came here to do, like to do something that I love on the side and every day to just live enjoying life. And that's where these dreams, purpose, and goals thing comes in. It comes in because, you see, I am a Christian, and as I read a lot of the Bible, I see God emphasizing a lot of greatness in so many people. Gideon, for example. Gideon was a person who was contained. There were enemies, they were fighting some battles, and he wasn't in a good place. And God came and told him, you are a mighty warrior, my hero. And he said, hero, how? I am oppressed by the Midianites, and I'm not going anywhere with this. And God said, no, you are a weak man, you come from a weak tribe, and you're the youngest and the weakest, but I want to use you, and I will use you. And God did amazing things with Gideon, but it wasn't normal, it wasn't acceptable, it didn't make sense to Gideon even, and to everybody around him, that why should you be the one to save the Israelites from the Midianites? You are a terrible candidate, you're not qualified for this. It was the same thing that happened with Jeremiah the prophet. Not qualified. He was living a normal life, and God interrupted it and said, I made you for something else, not this. And then same thing with David. David was just tending sheep. He was the youngest, the least qualified. And what happened? What happened is he was crowned. He was anointed to be king in that place of weakness. The Bible is full of people who were in a normal setting, who were weak. It didn't make sense that God would want to use them. They were messed up in so many ways. Paul was killing Christians, and God showed up to him and said, I'm going to use you to serve and minister to Christians. It didn't make sense. And for me, I found myself in that kind of space as well, that, wait, most of life doesn't make sense. Most of the things I desire don't make sense. What makes sense is that I become a chartered accountant. I get a finance manager job. I rise up the ladder in 10 or 15 years. I'm CFO. Then maybe I'm a CEO of a certain company. Then whatever excess money I make, I can do whatever ministry work I want to do or start a small business and live. You see, that makes sense. That's normal. But I find that is a life that doesn't require faith. It doesn't require me to do anything what is acceptable. And that bothered me. It bothered me a lot because God always interrupted the normal. God always interrupts the normal. And so it was me coming to a process to say, do you have dreams, Mavis? Oh, yes, I do. Do you have ambitions? Yes. Do you think you can do them? Oh, no. Why not? Because I've seen nobody do what I want to do. It doesn't make sense that I come from where I come from and I would achieve what I want to achieve. That's exactly what Gideon thought. That's exactly what Jeremiah thought. That's exactly what Paul thought. That's what exactly David thought. Like, everybody was like, oh Lord, you can't use me. These dreams are a little much. They don't make sense. But what did God do? God said, you'll not go alone. You go in my strength. I'll help you. But don't lose that dream. Don't lose that ambition. Don't lose that desire you have. And that's why I'm talking a lot nowadays, because I remember a time I just felt like my life is mapped out for me. This is what I can do. And then I'll grow up, and then I'll be 70 or whatever age God allows me to reach. And then that's it. That's it. I will have been an accountant, and yeah, I would have been a CFO, and that's it. That's it, really. What about my talents? What about the things that I enjoy? What about the things I am passionate about? What about the dreams I hope in my secret dreams to achieve? So I know everybody, because of that experience that I had for myself and what I see consistently in the Bible. I know that everybody I'm talking to right now, in one way or the other, they have dreams too. They have dreams, but because life doesn't work in a straight path, the dreams don't make sense. Maybe it's not the ideal time. Maybe you're thinking, at some point, these dreams will make sense. Or maybe at some point, I'll have enough money to pursue this. At some point, I'm not saying quit your job or anything, but I'm just saying, do you have dreams? Are you living your dream right now? If not, what are you going to do about it? You can live life and just be acceptably normal and nobody remembers you after, or you don't impact. You just stay with your dreams and say, when I was younger, this is what I had in mind, but I never pursued it. I feel like that's not a life worth living. A life worth living is when you come here and Lord, I did the best with what you gave me. I didn't care what people thought or said, but I cared what mission you gave me. It can be in business. It can be as an employee. It can be as a parent. It can be as a friend. It can be whatever roles. Do you have an ambition, a dream, a goal, but it doesn't make sense to anybody around you? Do you have something like that? If you have something like that, I want to tell you that don't put out the fire on it. Rekindle that flame. Feed that dream one way or the other. If you can't do anything drastic, just get understanding about that thing. If you have a secret ambition to build an orphanage or whatever it is, just feed your knowledge. Read about people who have done what you want to do. Find yourself in places where people are talking about their impossibilities being possible. Stop giving yourself excuses. Stop justifying your lack of action. I love what I heard in a sermon that said frustration is when God is telling you you need to move and you are giving yourself excuses about why you shouldn't move. Most of us right now should be somewhere pushing something. You can do your job, but after your job, what do you do? What do you do with the hours afterwards? What do you do with the mornings? If you get more understanding about what you want, your dream, your ideas, your talents, your gifts, which you keep on the side because you're doing real life, if you get more understanding, learn more about them, expose yourself to more information, you'll be surprised the opportunities that will arise. I just hope somebody hears me and their desire is put on fire and they say, I think I can pursue this secret ambition. I can pursue, I can become, I can chase this that I desire. Because your desires are not random. Sometimes we think, I'm just desiring, I'm just crazy in my mind, the way I think, whatever. No. If you read about people, not just in the Bible, but just people who achieved great things in this world, in different areas, as people who maybe discovered, like Maria Montessori, who discovered a certain type of learning that works with kids. If you read about Steve Jobs, who did a lot for our technologies. If you read about Thomas Edison, who discovered electricity and so many other things. So many people, so many of these people did crazy things. It was crazy when they were doing them. It was ridiculous. People thought, what are you doing? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't work that way. If you listen to people, you end up being average, because most people have fears. We have fears, and we project these fears on others as well. So if I'm afraid to pursue my dreams and I see somebody pursuing their dreams, I'm like, what is that? It's not gonna get you anywhere. It's not real. So I'm going to be negative. But what does your life mean to you? Life is but a vapor. Life is short. You didn't come here to just fit in, pay bills, make ends meet, and go. There are great things that are inside you. The great people in the Bible or outside the Bible who did anything, they uncovered their secret dreams and pursued them when everybody was like, this is not going anywhere. And I see that a lot. People have opinions. People will tell you business is hard. Tell them, which business do you do? Most of us point out, project negativity, project the pain or lack of activity that is in our lives on others as well. Don't listen to people. And lately, I also saw these debates about entrepreneurship versus employment. And for me, it's like, it doesn't matter. Are you an employee? Are you an entrepreneur? It doesn't matter. Are you living your best life? Are you achieving the purpose God brought you here for? Because at the end of your life, it doesn't matter whether you are an entrepreneur or you are an employee. What matters is, did you use the potential God gave you, the talents, the gifts? Did you use them? That's what a fulfilling life is. When you are growing towards what God established you here for. Okay, so that's why I keep talking about purpose. Because purpose is not something you will find through activity outside yourself. Purpose is something that will be established when you search within yourself. It's already in you. When God made you, He put that purpose and designed you for a specific mission you should do. He already did it. So how do you find your purpose? You look inside you. What are the things that interest you? What do you want? Ask yourself, what do you want? You're thinking, should I go do my master's? Should I go back to school? People will tell you their experiences. I will tell you my experiences, but it doesn't matter. What is it about your life? At the end of your life, it doesn't matter what degrees you got, unless if degrees were the purpose God put you here for. So take the time out for yourself and find out, what do you want? What are you afraid of? Whose approval do you seek? Where are you going? Ask those questions. And that's why purpose, dreams, and goals, don't push them away. Don't ignore them. Explore them for yourself. Take time every day and just think about those things. Then when you find them, pursue them fearlessly. Step by step, just pursue them. It will look ridiculous, because you should understand, everybody wants us to fit in. We should all fit in. Nobody should stand out. But that's not what we're here for. We're supposed to, everybody should unlock their own greatness. And that's introspecting. Right? So, yeah, I'll keep talking about purpose. I'll keep talking about dreams and goals. And keep talking about what sacrifice are you making towards your dreams and your goals. Because I know we have excuses. And we say, well, we don't have time. Make time. Nobody's coming to help you or to save you. God has given you everything that you need to flourish in that dream, to pursue that ambition, to use that gift. So give yourself permission to dream. Write your dreams down and pursue them. All right. This is passionate for me. I'm passionate about this because I have lived a life that was acceptable to so many people. And I still meet people who didn't know the changes I made, that I quit my job or anything, and they go like, how could you do that? What are you thinking about pension? What are you thinking about your life? This doesn't work. What are you doing? They think that. And in the past, I used to get offended. I used to feel like, you don't understand, whatever. I wanted to argue. But right now, I'm like, you don't have to understand me. But I know I was the one living in my life, right? When it looked like it was amazing on the outside, it looked successful to people. When I was driving a Mac, when I was working in a fancy place, it looked amazing to lots of people, right? But I was the one who was sleeping with myself. with my thoughts and with my ambitions. So I'm the one who could make a change. If you're living for people's approval, you'll live a life that you'll regret in the end. You'll be like, well, but everybody thought I was successful, but I was not happy. I was not fulfilled, and I lived below my potential. I'm not saying nice things are bad or mix and nice cars, working in nice places is bad. No, I'm just saying, what are you here for? What are you doing? What is your purpose, your goal, your dream? Are you pursuing it? If you're pursuing it, then awesome. Ignore everybody else. We have enough struggles. Everybody has their own issues. Everybody has their own purpose. You don't need anybody to take and approve. You just need God and you, and say, let's do it. And so I'll go back to the people in the Bible. Gideon, David, Joseph, Esther, Jesus himself, and so many other people. Samuel. Everybody said yes when it didn't make sense. They said yes when they felt weak. They said yes when it seemed ridiculous. And God didn't say, okay, just go then. He said, I'll go with you. And they achieved ridiculously crazy things. And we talk about them and learn from them today. All right, so what is it for you? What are you going to do? Are you going to fit in, live a normal life, die a normal death, and that's it? Or you're going to make your mark, and when you're dying, you'll be like, that was epic. That was an amazing life that I lived. It didn't make everybody happy. I didn't have everybody tick the box and say, oh, that was amazing, Mavis. But I really did use up everything that God gave me. So if God gave you a bag of 50 kg talent, and for him he's like, you know what? If you had followed my path for your life, you needed to multiply this bag 700 times. And you're there at the end of your life, you multiplied it only once. Because you cared what people thought. Because you cared what the normal is. That would be a sad end, right? Live your life. Block out opinions, you and God. Why are you here? Where are you going? What is your purpose? What is your dream? What is your goal? And what are you going to sacrifice for those things? All right. That's about it. I hope this was helpful. I wish you all the best. I'm rooting for you. And I pray you have a glorious day. Okay then. Bye bye.